Good morning, everyone. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and please remain standing for the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Good morning. Members of the Board of Education, Mr. Arquette, Mr. Fideli, Mr. Bedmarek, members of the Administrative Council, our dedicated faculty and staff, honored guests, proud families, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2025. Welcome to the 117th commencement ceremony of Scotia-Glenville Senior High School. Today is a celebration. It's a celebration of effort and accomplishment, of resilience and growth. But even more than that, it's a moment of transition, a doorway, a place between what has been and what is still to come. To everyone gathered here this morning, thank you for the support, encouragement, and guidance you've offered these graduates along the way. This moment truly belongs to all of you. To the class advisors, Mrs. Lip and Mrs. John, and to every staff member who made today's ceremony possible, thank you for giving so much of yourselves to make this day meaningful and memorable for our graduates and their families. To our teachers, administrators, and Board of Education members, thank you for showing up every day with commitment and care. You've been mentors, motivators, and role models. You've lifted students when they doubted themselves, challenged them when they were ready for more, and believed in them, sometimes before they could believe in themselves. And to our families, thank you for entrusting us with your children. You've cheered them on through good times and hard ones, helped them navigate disappointment, and celebrated their triumphs. Today is as much your achievement as theirs. Now, class of 2025, you've likely heard it before. Work hard and you can do anything you want to do. You can be anyone you choose. Maybe you imagined being a teacher, a firefighter, a musician, a business owner, a technology guru, professional athlete, maybe even a world leader. Maybe you dreamed of traveling the earth, leaving your mark on it, or simply figuring out who you are and who you want to become. Today, I tell you that with that commitment, with discipline, with heart, with your grit, you can be anything you choose, and you can do anything you choose. As I look out at you this morning, I wonder what you dream about now. I wonder what futures you imagine for yourselves and what dreams your families carry in their hearts for you. You've completed 13 years of school, thousands of lessons, assignments, friendships, frustrations, joys, and challenges. And now, standing at the edge of adulthood, the road ahead stretches out with infinite possibility. That is the power of commencement. Not just an ending, but a beginning, a threshold between what you have accomplished and all that you are yet to do. And I have big dreams for you, very big dreams. Because when I look at you, I see intelligence, creativity, kindness, and strength. I see potential not only to achieve, but to uplift, to discover, to make the world better. The future I imagine, the one you will shape, needs those gifts. It needs you. And if I could ask just one thing of you, it would be this. Be the best version of yourself. Not the version anyone else expects, not the version you think the world wants to see, but your truest, most honest, most courageous self. And that's not always easy. But it starts with a question you can carry with you in your heart. What would the best version of me do right now? You're walking down a street and someone stumbles. Do you laugh? Do you walk by? Or do you stop and help? You're faced with a difficult choice. Do you take the easy way or the right way? The choice that could prove harder. You see something unjust. Do you stay silent, look away, or speak up? These small choices will shape your future more than any test score or title ever could. Because the person you become, the person you choose to be when no one is watching, will define the life you lead. Will I worry about you? Yes, of course. That's part of what it means to care. I will wonder, will you look back on this time with pride? Will you continue to grow, to imagine, to dream, and to give of your gifts? I hope so. Because if you do, then we have done our jobs well. And you'll never walk alone. You carry us in your hearts. So today, as you step into the next chapter of your lives, I ask you, quietly and inwardly, to make a promise. Not to me, not to your families, but to yourselves. Whatever your dreams are today, whatever you imagine your life will be, start by being the very best version of yourself every day. Never stop dreaming, never stop learning, never stop reaching for more. The world doesn't need perfect people. It needs authentic, kind, thoughtful, and bold people. It needs you. On behalf of the faculty and staff of the Scotia-Glenville Central School District, I offer you our deepest congratulations. May your future be filled with meaningful work, strong relationships, joy, curiosity, and the courage to stay true to yourself. We are proud of you. We believe in you, and we are excited to see where your dreams will take you. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Peter Bednarik, Principal of Scotia-Glenville High School, for recognition of the Class of 2025 medalists. Mr. Bednarik.
Good morning. Would this year's Scholastic Honor medalists please approach the stage at this time? The Scotia-Glenville High School Scholastic Medal is given annually to the members of the graduating class who have completed their studies with the highest academic achievement among their peers. This year's top seniors took rigorous honors level advanced placement and college courses during their years in high school. These students with the highest averages in the class truly excelled in their academic lives, They productively challenged one another, and they set an example for our student body. They were acknowledged recently in the Schenectady Gazette for their scholarship alongside with others throughout the region, and we commend these young men and women for their discipline and excellence as students at Scotia-Glenville High School. As I call each one's name, they will walk upon the stage and their medal will be conferred on them by Superintendent Swartz. The recipients for the class of 2025 are Catherine Crounce, Annabella Candida, Ava Card, Ian Corbett, Nathan DeWitt, Jillian Edgar, Nicole Fernandez, Daniel Fiore, Maya Getter, Emily Heiner, Logan Link, Allison McLaughlin, Abigail Snyder, Ava Spring, Aiden Wiegert, ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Scotia-Glenville High School Academic Scholastic Medal winners. And now at this time, I would ask the departmental medalist winners to come forward and join me on the stage with their respective academic heads, department chairs, and directors. The Scotia-Glenville High School Departmental Award is given to a member of the graduating class in each of the disciplines. The recipient must have completed a sequence in the discipline, excelled academically, and demonstrated commitment and enthusiasm for study in the particular subject area. We're going to make sure we have room for everybody up here. The Mathematics Department Medal is presented by Academic Head of Mathematics, Mr. Mark McCarthy, to Aiden Wiegert. The Social Studies Department Medal is presented by the Academic Head of Humanities, Ms. Marissa Gordon, to Annabella Candida. The English Department Medal is presented by the Academic Head of Humanities, Ms. Gordon, to Jillian Edgar. Science and Health Department Medal is presented by Academic Head for Science and Health, Mr. Matthew Hubble, to Jacob Tricosi. Physical Education Department Medal is presented by Director of Athletics, Ms. Marcy Tabano, to Colin Rainboth. The Art Department Medal is presented by Director of Fine Arts, Ms. Nancy Lucier, to Alice Nichter. The Music Department Medal, presented by the Director of Fine Arts, Ms. Lucier, to Logan Link. The Technology Department Medal is presented by Department Chair for Technology, Mr. Lance Keating, to Riley Mishevitz. The Business Department Medal, presented by the Department Chair for Business Education, Mr. Michael Parks, to Anthony Muscatello. Language Department Medal is presented by the Language Department Chair, Ms. Christina Lipp, to Maya Getter. The Occupational Education Department Medal is presented on behalf of the Counseling Department by Assistant Principal Mr. Ryan Fideli, to Ren Allen. And the Family and Consumer Sciences Department Medal is presented on behalf of the Family and Consumer Sciences Department by Assistant Principal Mr. Fideli, to Ava Barrett. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, your Academic Department Medal winners for the class of 2025. At this time, would you please join me in welcoming our Director of Choraleers, Ms. Jessica Creasy, along with our graduating seniors who are part of the select chorus, the Scotia-Glenville Choraleers.
Remember me, though I have to say goodbye. Remember me, don't let it make you cry. For even if I'm far away, I hold you in my heart. I sing a secret song to you each night we are apart.
Until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of His hand. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. May the rain fall soft till we meet again. May God hold you in the palm of His hand.
Please give us another round of applause for Ms. Crishy and our choreographers. And at this time, it is my absolute pleasure to announce our first graduation speaker, Alice Nichter, who will be introduced by Mr. Krauntz.
Good morning, class of 2025. Good morning, friends and family. How about a shout out to last year's Period 2 U.S. History class, the best class of students I've ever had. And I can also tell you that we studied every single president from Washington up till now, and many of you still think Alexander Hamilton was one of those presidents. Thank you, Broadway. Appreciate that. A member of that same class has asked me to introduce her this morning as your first speaker, and that is Alice Nichter. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce a truly outstanding person, someone who has not only excelled academically and athletically, but has served Scotia-Glenville High School as a model citizen and a true Tartan with character, integrity, determination, and genuine kindness, and has made our school a better place by simply being here. Those of you who know Alice are aware she is 100% committed to whatever task she chooses. Academically, she's an exceptional student and takes her education seriously. In athletics, whether it's soccer, basketball, or lacrosse, Alice is all gas and no brakes. If you have seen her artwork displayed at the Senior Art Gallery, you see how seriously she takes her artistic talent. For some reason, she really likes to create paintings of fish and half-empty wine bottles. Not really sure what that's all about. Might want to check into that, Mike, okay? We all experienced her planning, organizing, and execution of Student Wellness Day on the morning of the prom, along with her partner, Maya Getter, who was also a member of that Period 2 U.S. History class. Their hard work made that morning enjoyable and meaningful for all of us. Not an easy task for sure. Alice is loyal and kind to her friends and family, and we should admire those qualities and celebrate them. We have an example of how to live life and achieve success right here in front of us. This fall, Alice will be attending the Rochester Institute of Technology and will be playing collegiate lacrosse with her sister Morgan. How cool is that, right? While RIT is gaining an exceptional student and a phenomenal athlete, we know they are also gaining an extraordinary human being. Alice reminds us that success isn't just measured by grades or by goals scored. It is measured by the kind of person you choose to be every day. And in that sense, she already achieved more than many others do at this age. So it is with great pride and maybe a little sadness that we're letting her go. So please welcome to the stage your classmate, your teammate, and your first speaker, Alice Nichter.
Good morning, esteemed faculty, family, friends, and most importantly, class of 2025. Thinking back to kindergarten, when we first got our school emails and there was a 25 in the front, it seemed insignificant and impossibly far away. We were too busy playing on the swings or trading Shopkins to realize what the number 25 would come to mean to us. But 13 years later, and here we are, at the end of the 2025 school year and graduating high school. Deciding what to talk about today was hard for me. Maybe because I have a lot to say. I tend to talk a lot. Maybe because I'm one of those people that actually really liked high school. Maybe because I was involved in a lot. Probably because I'm indecisive and have a hard time making up my mind about anything. But what I did know is that I wanted to audition to speak today. I wanted the chance to share what Scotia has taught me. More than just history or science. More than what any textbook can. It taught me the value of focusing on the good things in your life and making the most of what you're given. Noticing life as it happens, noticing the merit of life. Living in the wonderful moments, experiencing each moment to the fullest, and realizing life as you live it. Being in the moment means feeling everything the moment has. Joy, pain, sadness, nostalgia, pride, shame, not because they are good feelings, but because they are all necessary ones, necessary for growth. And the compelling want to not feel the difficult emotions is a fight we have to overcome to become the best versions of ourselves and to understand what each moment can be. Although the classes at Scotia are wonderful in themselves, it's not necessarily the classes that are the special part. It's the people we got to spend our days with, the experiences we got to have, the memories we got to make. Each class provided us with a new building block to prepare us for our future. The diplomas we are about to receive signify so much more than our report cards tell. They represent hard work and dedication, the late night studying no one saw, the laughs that were shared, the friendships that were made, the lessons that were learned, the experiences that make our lives unique from anyone else's. It's our experiences, after all, that shape us into the people we are, the experiences that we truly live and take for all they have to offer. For me, a class that had a particularly lasting impact was ceramics my sophomore year. I've taken many art classes, and I've learned a lot in each. But this one taught me something special, and more than just art. The first day of class, I sat at a table with 3 girls I barely knew. And by the end of the year, we had shared so many laughs and wonderful stories. Every day, we talked about our hills and valleys, the best and worst parts of our days. It started as a way to make conversation, because, after all, we didn't know each other that well. But sharing little things about our day allowed us to become really close. We were always sure to find a hill, no matter how small, focusing on the positive, even if it was something that seemed insignificant and minuscule. It was a way to shift our perspective and create a more positive mindset. We found silly things. Something as small as having a good sandwich for lunch, or even just waking up in the morning. Even after the class ended, I still tried to find little things that made my day better, learning to appreciate life for what it is. We were lucky to wake up every day and go to school, see our friends, lucky enough to make memories. And although we aren't graduating today because of luck, that was done with perseverance and grit. I consider myself lucky to be graduating from this school with this group of people. Lucky that I had the opportunity to have a wonderful high school experience. Every day became about looking for the small things to find joy in. Noticing when the sun feels good or the way the flowers grow in the cracks of the sidewalk. Happiness becomes less superficial and materialistic when the art of noticing is implemented. I think Thornton Wilder says it best. Does anyone ever realize life while they live it? Every minute? There's so much going on all the time. So many good small things. While it might be impossible to notice each good thing, I think we could all stand to try and notice more things in our life that have a positive impact, no matter how small. Today we are graduating. Well, this is no small feat. We should take it all in. Live in the now, because you won't be able to experience high school graduation tomorrow. Today, you'll never again experience a high school class as a student. You'll never take part in another concert or play on Hitchcock Field. You'll never attend another pep rally. You'll never wear silly costumes on Spirit Week. Life doesn't stop moving, and all the things that maybe in the moment seem mundane and unimportant become the things we miss the most. Take life for the good things it has to offer. So wherever life takes you as you start your next chapter, I hope you try and notice all the good things, even the things that seem minuscule. I hope you live in your present and appreciate life and realize how lucky we are to get to experience it. Carpe diem.
And another round of applause for Mr. Krauntz's beautiful introduction and Alice's incredible speech. Our second commencement speaker today is Nicole Fernandez. She will be introduced by Ms. Chelsea Murphy.
Good morning, welcome, and congratulations to the Scotia-Glenville class of 2025. It is my great honor and privilege to introduce this morning's second student speaker, Nicole Fernandez. Nicole is the kind of student every teacher hopes to have: motivated, intelligent, and endlessly hardworking. She approaches challenges not with hesitation, but with enthusiasm, driven by a deep desire to learn, to grow, and to understand the world around her. Nicole, at her core, is an explorer. Whether she's navigating complex ideas in the classroom, tackling new experiences beyond it, or asking insightful questions that push important conversations forward, she brings a spirit of discovery to everything that she does. In fact, during her final project in AP Literature, Nicole and her partner created a Find Your Character Archetype quiz for the class. Creative, fun, and true to form. The result, Nicole was identified as an explorer, a perfect match. Curious, courageous, and always ready to chart new intellectual territory, she truly lives in that archetype. And for what it's worth, I got the same result, and I have never been prouder to share a category with a student. Nicole's journey throughout high school has been marked not only by academic excellence, but by leadership, integrity, and a seemingly unshakable sense of purpose. She exemplifies what it means to be a scholar and a good citizen. and I have no doubt that she will continue to leave a meaningful mark on every path she chooses to follow, including her next 4 years at Smith College. She is the kind of young adult who makes me feel hopeful about the future of our world. Please join me in welcoming your class of 2025 student speaker, Nicole Fernandez.
Good morning, everyone. Faculty, family, friends, loved ones, and of course, the class of 2025. I would be remiss if I did not thank my family for all their love and support. Mommy, papi, my abuelas, my sisters, Scarlett, Alaya, Brianna, and finally, my bestest friend, Chelsea. I want to start the speech with a quote. A few months ago, I attended a summit, and the keynote speaker said a phrase that has forever stuck with me. She said, "Walk by vision, not by sight." At first, I didn't really get it. Sight is what we rely on every day. It's how we read the world around us. It's our GPS, our mirror, our proof. So why would anyone suggest walking without it? But as I stand here today, at the end of our high school journey, that quote makes perfect sense. Sight is what's right in front of you. The grades, the setbacks, the rejections, the pressure to know exactly what comes next. Vision is what you carry inside. It's your why, your dream, your belief that you're capable of more, even when your circumstances try to convince you otherwise. Vision is what pushes you out of bed when sight shows you nothing but obstacles. It's not always loud, and it's not always clear, but it's always there if you're willing to trust it. And I'll be honest, I've had plenty of moments where sight nearly got the best of me, like freshman year, right before my chemistry midterm. I got quarantined the week of all the class reviews. I was home, trying to teach myself how to balance equations. I barely passed the quiz I missed that week, and when the midterm came, I was terrified. I was so convinced I would fail. At that moment, I couldn't see the end goal. I was blinded by fear, by what was right in front of me, a paper full of chemical formulas, a pencil, and the possibility of complete failure. But somehow, I took a breath, focused, and just trusted the vision I had for myself. A vision which told me that a little test in the grand scheme of life didn't define who I was as a student. Much to my surprise, I passed the test with flying colors, which is still a mystery to me. But looking back, that moment wasn't just about passing a test. It was about trusting the bigger picture, even when my present looked like a disaster. I walked by vision, not by sight. That mindset has always been important to me, especially as an immigrant. When I first came to this country, I didn't speak English at all. I remember sitting in classrooms, hearing words I didn't understand, seeing classmates laugh at jokes I couldn't translate fast enough to get. In particular, I remember one day in elementary school. The classroom was buzzing with laughter, and all Mrs. White's kids were huddled on the colorful checkered carpet. Kids were joking and giggling, and I wanted to join in, so naturally, I opened my mouth to speak. But before I could get a word out, my name was called. It was time for E&L, my special reading group, the one for kids who didn't speak much English. I remember getting up and walking out of class, my stomach in knots. I felt humiliated. I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to be different. All I wanted was to sit on that colorful carpet and laugh as well. When a classmate asked, "Why do you have to leave and we don't?" I didn't know what to say. That was the moment I started to feel the weight of sight. That feeling that everyone else belonged while I was overcompensating for every trait that made me stand out. I carried that feeling for a long time. For a long time, I would envy the kids whose parents spoke English, the ones who didn't have to translate legal documents, who didn't have to make doctor's appointments, read bills, sit in on parent-teacher conferences for their siblings, get told, "You're so mature for your age," be the secretary, the spokesperson for the family. I was that kid. I'm still that kid, and I'm proud to be that kid. There were times I felt small, like I'd never catch up, like I'd always be behind. But we have all felt like this. Maybe you weren't learning a new language, but maybe you were carrying responsibilities at home no one else could see. Watching siblings, working after school, translating bills, taking care of a sick family member. Maybe you were battling anxiety, loneliness, or imposter syndrome. Maybe you looked around and thought, everyone else has it figured out but me. But here's the truth. You were never behind. You were becoming, and becoming takes time. We don't all start from the same place. We don't all walk the same path, but every single person in this room had to fight through something, seen or unseen, to sit here in a cap and gown today. So if you've ever felt small, like I did, know this. You are not small. You are not behind. You are the source. You are not meant to receive power or knowledge or permission from someone else. You are here to create it. You are the source of your own determination, your own ambition, your own story. And once you realize that you're the source, that spark, it changes everything. Suddenly, you stop waiting for someone else to define your worth. You stop fearing failure the way you used to. Because when you know the power is already within you, even your missteps become part of the plan. You stop chasing perfection and start embracing progress. We don't get here by being flawless. We get here by falling forward. We grow because we stumble, because we struggle, and because we decide to keep going anyway. So, to the class of 2025, whether you've had to learn a new language, balance work and school, push through anxiety, or survive chemistry midterms from quarantine, you've already proven that you're not just walking through life blindly. You are walking with vision, with purpose, with grit, and with greatness that doesn't depend on perfection, it depends on you. As we step into whatever comes next, college, work, gap years, military, just remember, walk by vision, not by sight. Congratulations, class of 2025. The world doesn't know what's coming, but I do, because it's you. Thank you.
And if we could have another round of applause for Ms. Murphy and Nicole. It is now my pleasure to introduce our Board of Education President, Mr. Hal Talbot, for his comments.
And now for the comedic portion of graduation here, I guess. Hello, friends, families, loved ones, former classmates of mine that are in attendance here today with their kids graduating today. Welcome. And congratulations to the class of 2025. It's been one hell of a year, hasn't it? But the strong survive. And the weak, well, they walk away and go post things on X. So, got a few facts for you about your graduating class today, brought to you by one of your very own graduates, Miss Bella Adams. So back in the day, Sports Center used to have this thing called Did You Know? And they'd give you some random fact. Something like, did you know, in the history of North American sports, the New York Yankees have won the most world championships? Not the Red Sox, and not the Cowboys. Sorry, Ritter. So did you know that the graduating class of 2025 is the largest class to graduate in U.S. history with 3.9 million graduates and the first post-COVID class to graduate all 4 years of high school without missing a beat? Did I get it right, Bella? Good. Congratulations. So before I continue, I'd like to thank everybody for today. This isn't our home for Scotia. We're usually in Proctor's. I admittedly didn't realize all these lights would be on as I was trying to figure this out because it's usually darker. So now I got to look at everybody. Not that makes it any harder. But before we continue, I'd like to thank Senora Lip for what she's done this year for the class of 2025 and in communicating with all the parents. So thank you. So I started to think about this speech, believe it or not, 51 weeks ago. And I've changed it 51,000 times. And then one of my dearest friends who was sitting out there said to me, well, Coach Al, this speech has got to be epic. So then it's 51,001 times I had to change my speech. So I kept going to the fact that we made it. You made it. You're here. You're about to walk up here, get your diploma, and start your journey. This year was a little odd. It started odd, got a little better, and then it ended a little stressful. But you made it. And that is the point. But now you got to keep going because it isn't over yet. So whether you're going to a 2 or 4 year school, a much needed trade school, the sacrifice of joining the U.S. military, thank you, just keep going. Whether you're leaving here today and going to work with your father in his family business, like my man Noah is, just keep going. Or whether you're going to take a break and you decide to hop off a plane at LAX with a dream in your cardigan on the way to the Pink Pony Club, just keep going. Because life is amazing and it's full of decisions, even hard ones you're going to have to make. Because one decision can change everything. One moment of courage, one leap, one choice, and everything can shift. The people you've never met, the peace you've never felt, and the life you don't know about yet. It's all waiting on the other side of those doors. But sitting here isn't going to help you. Playing it safe isn't going to help you grow. You need to keep going. Class of 2025, you can do amazing things. I know life can feel tricky, kind of like solving a Common Core math problem. But I want you to remember how strong you are. When things get tough, I want you all to close your eyes. I want you to take a deep breath. And I remember how important your life is to all of us here today. Excuse me. You're smart, you're kind, and you're brave. Never let anyone make you doubt yourself. And always do what makes you happy. Your dreams are special and they're worth chasing, no matter how hard that road seems. It's okay to make mistakes, but the key is to learn from your mistakes. Be proud of who you are. Follow your heart with courage. Because really, there's two people's opinions that matter. It's the 8-year-old you, whose eyes are as big as marbles, whose mind is blue skies and white puffy clouds. Your dreams are starting, and everything is a blank canvas. And then there's the 80-year-old you, who one day will be sitting in a chair with their favorite beverage, looking back. Would my 8-year-old self be proud of me? Did I do what I needed to do? Did I keep my promises to my friends and my family? Because really, that's it. Those are the two most important people. And now the hard part. The class of 2025, I'll leave you with this. And it's something that I've said for a long time. It's something that a very special group of 7 and 2 boys out there, you know who you are, heard me say for many years. And it goes like this. If you want your parents to believe in you, if you want your grandparents to believe in you, if you want your friends and your teammates, and your aunts and uncles to believe in you, if you want these fine folks sitting up here today to continue to believe in you, you need to do one thing, and it's pretty simple. And this is what I ask you to leave here with today. If you want me to believe in you, well, you better damn well believe in yourself. Because if you believe in yourself, you can accomplish anything that you want in this world. This world is here for your taking. Never doubt yourself. Always stay focused and always believe in yourself. 25, I'm honored more than you'll ever know and humbled to be speaking to you today. I wish you nothing but luck and thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Talbot. And now, if you would sit back and listen to our musical interlude, we will prepare the stage for diploma handing out. Thank you.
Well, my thanks to Wayne Myslinski and Zach Carey for their efforts to set our stage for the conferral of the diplomas, and really for all of their work throughout this week to help set up our commencement ceremony here. I'd also like to take a moment just to recognize the Armory Studios for their work to host us here in this impressive space. Built in 1868, this armory has been host to many different activities over its long history, especially with all the creative events of the recent years under the leadership of its current owners. But I think today, Scotia-Glenville has the privilege of being its very first graduation ceremony. I'd also like to recognize and express my appreciation for all the faculty members, administrators, Board of Education members who have joined us on the stage this morning. Seniors, this is a representative group of the many faculty and staff who have instructed you and guided you through your primary years and into your secondary education. And as you look at the faces on stage, I encourage you to take a moment and think back to those earliest years, your journey from kindergarten up through elementary school, middle school, and now high school. It's these professionals and other caring adults who are not on the stage with us this morning that have been there for you, steadily and consistently pointing out the way and encouraging you towards the achievement needed to make today a reality. And it's on that note that we're going to take one more pause before we get to the final event. Although today is really about you, we're going to recognize an individual from this important group who's retiring from Scotia-Glenville High School. Would Mike Parks please join me here at the front of the stage? In keeping with the Scotia-Glenville tradition, our superintendent, Mrs. Swartz, will be presenting an honorary diploma to Mr. Parks in just a moment. Mr. Parks has been a business teacher at the high school for 28 years. For nearly 3 decades, he has taught courses across the full spectrum of the field of business, including business law, sports management, accounting, career and finance, business math, investment decision-making. I don't think I even got them all. Each of his students received the benefit of his expertise gained through prior work experience in the sports equipment business, as it was delivered to them through the many stories and life lessons. Mr. Parks served as the department chair for business and encouraged others to enter the same field. In fact, our own Miss Laporta worked as a student teacher with him. In the last decade, he took on the challenge of teaching Syracuse University accounting, which offered the Scotia-Glenville business students an advanced course with affordable college credit for those who were interested in pursuing business at the next level. He was also a basketball coach, and he always stayed up to date on all the athletic results of Scotia-Glenville students, as well as the others around the area. His lessons often used sports analogies or real-life examples of what students were encountering in the day-to-day. Mr. Parks co-advised our DECA clubs, our FBLA clubs for many years, which usually culminated in a trip to the Great Escape. But perhaps his most notable field trip was the regular trip to the county jail with students in business law each semester. During the many years of his career, Mr. Parks witnessed changes in education and in technology, and through it all, he maintained a positive spirit and generously engaged with his students. His big smile and sense of humor weathered many ups and downs, and we wish him all the best for a happy and healthy retirement. Congratulations, Mr. Parks. As we recognize the long and fruitful career of this educator, and we think about his transition into retirement, in some ways, he's in a similar situation with all of you, the class of 2025. This is your commencement ceremony. It marks the end of something you've been committed to for a long time and the start of something new and significant. It's a milestone. And for me, it's one of the greatest privileges of the year to be able to be here with you to celebrate your journey, to reflect on your accomplishments, and to honor the courage that it took to get here. It's a privilege because I've seen what it took to get here, your effort, your sacrifice, and your perseverance. And it's a privilege because you didn't get here alone. The people seated around you, the family, the friends, the faculty, have helped you carry the weight and celebrate the wins. I'd also like to take a moment to thank those who are not with us, but also played an important role in you reaching this milestone. I know there are some of you who are watching with us on the live stream. Thank you. We can sense your participation with us. And for those important loved ones who are no longer with us, your spirit of support for these young people is with us in this moment. We remember and we're grateful. The class of 2025 is a special one. You've had a unique journey, that one that has shaped you in ways that no other class has quite experienced. You know, your middle school years were deeply impacted by the pandemic, and your transition to high school began in a world still finding its footing. You didn't just return to school, you rebuilt school. Your class selected a quote that captures the heart of today's ceremony, and I think you see the theme that has developed your journey through high school. The quote from E. E. Cummings, "It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are." What a fitting theme for the class of 2025. Because courage is something you've shown us again and again. Growing up isn't just about getting older, it's about becoming. And becoming who you really are, your authentic self. It requires effort, honesty, vulnerability, and yes, courage. That kind of growth isn't always comfortable, but it's powerful. And we've witnessed that power in this class. You have come of age in a time when we have technology that can be so helpful and dynamic, and at other times, so damaging. Some of you have faced immense personal challenges just to make it to this stage today. You've shown maturity, not just in your academic success, and not just in the way you've come back from a disrupted middle school experience, but in the ways that you've chosen to lead. Through your civics capstone projects, you demonstrated what it means to take ownership of your community and use your voice and your actions to improve the lives of others. You help the elderly navigate technology, bridging generational gaps with patience and empathy. You brought the joy of reading to our youngest students, organizing a free book fair using your creativity and your star power as a high school student to inspire a younger generation on the importance of literacy. You opened doors for your peers by creating a career fair that will help shape futures beyond yours. You reminded all of us of the importance of balance and health by crafting a wellness day for the entire student body. You used your voices and your hands and your minds to make beautiful music and art. And you trained your bodies for sport and competition. And regardless of the outcomes on scoreboards and record books, you grew. These things are not just schoolwork. This is leadership. It's character. It's maturity. And you showed the courage to do it. You've also shown courage in more personal ways. Courage to overcome hardship. Courage to show up when it would have been easier to stay quiet. Courage to be kind in a world that doesn't always reward kindness. Your class has shown maturity and leadership in creating some of the most meaningful, unified experiences our school has ever seen. Creating fun high school experiences that include everyone. This is what builds our community. Community is important in Scotia-Glenville. And now, as you go out from here, you are taking this maturity and this courage with you. Continue to grow and continue to build strong community in the places that you go. As you head into your next chapter, whether it's college or trade school or the workforce or the military, wherever your path leads, be a force for growth. We need people who can demonstrate patience when the world is anxious. We need people who take responsibility and act with empathy. We need people who understand that community isn't built by waiting for someone else to act. It's built by showing up and taking part. You know, today, some of you are the first in your family to graduate from high school. Some will be the first to go to college or to enter a trade. Some of you are headed directly to a career that you've prepared for. Some of you have chosen military service, a commitment we deeply respect and honor. Thank you. You carry the Tartan legacy of service and sacrifice in a powerful and tangible way. But regardless of where you go next, I urge you to continue growing and becoming. Let courage be your method. Be courageous enough to ask hard questions. Courageous enough to fail or fall and yet get up again. Courageous enough to reach out when others stay silent. Courageous enough to be exactly who you are and no one else. Becoming the best version of yourself, as Mrs. Swartz reminded us today, doesn't happen overnight. It happens in the quiet decisions that you make, the people to whom you choose to show kindness, the problems you decide to tackle, and the responsibility that you are willing to carry. Class of 2025, this is the courageous journey of growth to maturity which you have started, and the best is truly yet to come. Congratulations, 2025. Lillian, at this time, would you please lead our seniors to the edge of the stage? As I'm about to read the names of the graduates of the class of 2025, I want to take a moment to just request that we follow the Tartan tradition of an orderly and dignified ceremony. This is a momentous occasion, and I ask that we all respect each of the graduates and their family and friends here today by allowing each one an opportunity to hear their name as it's read aloud. We'll observe each one as they receive their diplomas, and folks can certainly feel free to quietly move down to the front to snap a photo as the name of their student is about to be read, and then return to seats. We'll celebrate these great accomplishments together with our enthusiastic applause as the final student's name is called. And finally, you will note a number of the names listed in the program are not present with us this morning. Some of those are Scotia-Glenville graduates who completed their work in August of 24 or in January of 25, and so we recognize them as well today. Mr. Talbot, it's my honor and privilege to certify on behalf of the faculty that the individuals whose names I'm about to read have completed the requirements for and are entitled to receive a Scotia-Glenville High School diploma. Catherine Henley Crounce. Annabella Marie Candida. Ava Lauren Card. Ian Joseph Corbett. Nathan Carter DeWitt. Jillian Jane Edgar. Nicole Marie Fernandez. Daniel Gregory Fiore. Maya Elizabeth Getter. Emily Margaret Heiner. Logan Atwood Link. Allison Kylie McLaughlin. Abigail Hannah Snyder. Ava Christine Spring. Aiden Stephen Wiegert. Colin Patrick Rainboth. Jacob Vincent Tricosi. Alice Margaret Nichter. Anthony Matthew Muscatello. Ava Ray Barrett. Ren J.C. Allen. Riley Daniel Mishevitz. Elijah Ray Kalinowski. Ryan Van Jester. William Cullen Thiessen. Jessica Lynn Werther. Isabella Sophia Adams. Fernando Gabriel Aguilar Melendez. Kimberly Michelle Alexander in absentia. Christian Anthony Aragona. Sean Asrafali. Desiree Marie Austin. Aiden Scott Baldwin. Lyndon Thomas Barber. Lily Carmela Barboza. Peter Joseph Boldarev. Kiala Maria Bonsi Machine. Waleed Berkia. Tavon Jadante Carr in absentia. Samuel Charles Casaro in absentia. Braden Thomas Charbonneau. Samaya I am unique Christian. Chase Lucas Civitello. Alacia Cheyenne Collins. Julie Lynn Cooper. Devin Isabel Courier in absentia. Trevor Michael Curtin. Eliana Marie Davila. Jada Lee DeBerry in absentia. Gianni Matteo DeCarlo. Grady Robert DeCar. Kalia Ann DeLand. Morgan Cassidy DeThorne. Kira Shea Doman. Mackenzie Elizabeth Dortch. Mia Lucia Duquette. Olivia Hope Chikowski. Molly Catherine Egan. Kemper James Elston. Alexi Edgar Falcon. Finn Anthony Farnan. Daniel Ferjancic Ferris. Nicholas Patrick Finn. Jameson Quinn Fluman. Joshua Matthew Frament. Sophia Christine Frichette. Megan Elizabeth Gabri. Alexandra Jean Gaynor. Madeline Kathleen Gish. Lyric Rave Gonzalez. Angelo Robert Goodell. Evangeline Elizabeth Green in absentia. Brianna Jewel Guthinger. Ethan James Harris in absentia. Kiernan Mary Ann Heft. Zayden Scott Hempstead. Ethan Robert Merman Higgins. Tyler Christian Hockford. Riley Timothy Holt. Samuel Evan John. Riley James Jankowitz. Delia Ann Gilly. Emily Claire Gilly. Ciasia Niel Johnson. Henry Cole Jones. Jordan Macy Jones. Yesenia Estefany Juarez Lopez. Molly Elizabeth Judes. Annika Helen Young in absentia. Thatcher David K. Ansley Susan Keith. Nadine Marie Kelly. Jade Elizabeth Kent. Landon James Kent. Tanner Lee Nags. Lucas David Komarinsky. Joseph Joshua Konak. Braden Scott Kramer. Healy Ann Crystal. Elizabeth Amelia Lapointe. Kevin David LeCue II. Donovan James Latiano. Logan James Layton. Jaquez Lavon Lee Jr. in absentia. Mariah Chanel Lee. Summer Rose Marie Lewis. Christopher Jason Lockwood in absentia. Skylar Darlene Grace Long. Perry Michael Latano. Ethan Matthew Elliott Lucier. Jack Norton McIntosh. Hannah Christine Malley. Christopher Michael Majeski, Jr. Anthony Joseph Marcantonio, Jr. Emily Carlene Martin. Rodrigo Osbaldo Mazariego Palma, in absentia. Jacob Thomas Mizuko. Christina Rose Mills. Caden Matthew Morgan. James Thomas Mohan. Devin James Neal. Kaylee Joe Obman. Ravina Persad. Brennan Scott Peterson. Hayden Mackenzie Phelps. Mia Francesca Pirati. Serena Mariana Pruzanowski. Jonathan Russell Quayle. Noah David Rarick. Joseph David Reed. Connor Joseph Rainsford. Audrina Taylor Rivera. Ethan Alexander Rolbar. Adriana Lynn Rodriguez. Brianna Rosalind Rodriguez. Riley Lynn Salerno. Lucas Richard Salvato. Ava Rose Santilli. Gabrielle Elizabeth Santiago. Timothy Donald Schaefer, in absentia. Angelina Nevea Serrano. Ashir Shazad. Liam Addison Sheldon. Ronald Richard Siguenza. Jackson Charles Henry Spring. Jeffrey David St. Ange. Austin Michael Stark. Juliana May Sutherland. Savannah Patrice Switaka. Owen Jeffrey Switz. Austin Connor Talbot. Mark Jameson Taylor. Luke David Timian. Olivia Ruth Trier. Lexi Taylor Tiranahan. Jacob Dimitri Valverde. Damian Jane Van Heusen. Nicholas Allen Vassar. Joseph Robert Venditti. Sam Lincoln Watson. Emily Noel Weeks Babby. Juliana Taylor Wirt. Mackenzie Joe Westbrook. Morgan Eva Westbrook. Cade Richard Whiting. Jesse James Whitbeck. Madison Saray Wright. Devin Michael Couture Zinzao. as selected by his peers, receiving the final clap for the class of 2025 at Scotia-Glenville High School, Samuel Maverick Reagan Perkins. Will the class of 2025 please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, pursuant to the authority vested in the office of high school principal, I declare the members of the class of 2025 to be graduates of Scotia-Glenville High School with all the rights, privileges, responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations, 2025. And now would you all please rise and join in singing of the Scotia-Glenville alma mater.
your attention, please? A wedding band was found and brought up to the front. If you are missing a wedding band, please come up to the front.